BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
What's up, guys? Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show. Welcome back. Welcome. If you are here, you heard that me, Chef Jeff, has a cooking show called This Dope Cooking Show. We are on every Tuesday, 5:30. And so we are back at it again. We're getting ready to get into it. Call your friends, tell them to tune in. We're going to continue with doing some soups. This week we're doing chicken, corn, chowder. Yeah, that was one of the ones that I used to do back in the day when I worked at the Embassy Suites. So I started Embassy Suites years. Listen, I worked at Embassy Suites so long. Never mind. So I started working at Embassy Suites St. Charles, Missouri. Left there, I went from Embassy Suites St. Charles, Missouri to Embassy Suites at the airport. Left there, went to the Embassy Suites downtown Vanderbilt, Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, did some hopping around in one spot. But anyway, I was able to transfer to those different places in a different position as I moved my way up. Cool. Then I became a sous chef at the one in Vanderbilt, right? Worked with a bunch of cool people. They were all awesome. Miss Barbara, she worked in housekeeping. Miss Pam worked with me. I'll never forget Miss Pam. She used to come in the evening, but her husband worked too. So they was like a husband and wife that they worked. One worked on one side and one worked on another. They was cool. This dude named Ron was my boss. They called him Flacco. He was real tall, skinny, white guy. Miss Linda husband used to do the DVDs back in the day, so I would get all my movies from her. Man, I had a ball when I moved there. I can't remember some of the people that I worked with in St. Charles. Yes, I do. One dude's name was Paul. Paul used to mess. Never mind. Paul got in trouble. Yeah. St. Louis, St. Charles, Embassy Suites. Yeah, Charles got in trouble. And then my chef third name was John. And the executive chef, he was some guy that was from Russia. So he used to say, I need you to do bacon, sausage, all the stuff for breakfast, anzon. So it took me a while to figure out what anzon mean, what it meant, but he was saying and on, or and so on and so on. You know, people when they dialect is a little different. And then back then I was young and rowdy. So I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Just being stupid. But anyway, so moved to Nashville, trying to pursue some music career, things like that. But I had to have a job, right? So I transferred using Embassy Suites and moved down there, start working. Embassy Suites, Vanderbilt, Nashville. Worked the breakfast shift, was able to stay doing some of the lunch stuff. And then me and Ron got so cool where he'd be like, you want to stay? I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, all right, I'm gone. He would leave, so I would be there all day by myself. And then Miss Pam would come in for the evening shift. So I had to do prep and stuff like that. But one of the things that we did was chicken corn chowder soup. So today we're gonna do chicken corn chowder. Now, this recipe it's many different variations of it, right? I just remember the one that I did. So if you see it done a different way, don't get mad at me. This is my show, and you can do it how I do it on my show, or you can do it how they do it on Google. It's up to you. The way I did it was much simpler. I've looked at the other ones, and Anyway, I remember doing it for the first time, and I put too much cayenne pepper in it, so it was hot. They got the complaining. It didn't even last 2 days, and they was like, "So what's going on with this soup?" Where I came, what's going on with this soup? What you do to it? He heated up some. He tasted it. Why it's so hot? I had put too much cayenne pepper in there, and I didn't know. It was supposed to be like maybe a tablespoon. I put 2 tablespoons. I don't know why. Anyway, people mess up. So I messed up. So we got it right though. He walked me through how to do it, and ever since then, it's been one of the ones that I just go to every once in a while. Doc likes it, real spicy. So, I bought some to her, like, "Hey, is this too spicy?" She's like, "Nah, I like spicy." That's when I found out she was a different type of person. Like, eats jalapenos like apples. Like, if it's too hot, everybody else will be like, "Ooh, it's hot." She'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's just right. That's just enough spice." I like people be sweating, and she just be like, "Ah, it's cool. It ain't hot to me." But anyway, so yeah, this one has a little spice to it. It has jalapeno. I did not use any. I'm not going to use any cayenne pepper because cayenne pepper sometimes can be a little deceiving. But so for me, I'll use the jalapeno to get the spice in there that we want, and it's not too much, right? You just know they're in there. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get some vegetables cut. We're gonna get some potatoes cut, and we're gonna get the cooking, right? Call your friends, tell them we moving in, we doing our thing, moving and grooving. Tell them tune in, tell a friend, and we finna get it in. Okay, guys, we back. We about to get started on this chicken corn chowder soup. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't sound as nasally as I did last week. Why? Because we made that chicken noodle soup, and I was eating that thing. I was eating that chicken noodle soup all last week, and I feel so much better. I'm talking about it ain't even nothing. I'm like, whew, man, I feel so much better. Whew. These weather change, things be different. You gotta stay up on your vitamins and keep you some vegetables. So the chicken noodle soup got in there good and knocked it out. I feel so much better. Uh, I actually took that soup and put it in the freezer for the next time because that soup was one too good, and I felt so much better the next day. When I say the next day, I felt better, man. So yeah, go ahead and put that thing up for the next time. I wanted to send some to my mama, but I'll make some for her next time I see her. So, but yep, feeling real good, feeling a whole lot better. Started my new job. Let me tell you something about some people. People think because you got a very, very good resume that you coming in trying to take their jobs and stuff. Chef Jeff is not doing none of that. Nope, not doing it. Why? One, because I don't want to. Two, I just ain't on that this time around. The titles are great. I just ain't there for that. I'm just there to cook, make good food. So I started, worked my first, night shift. And man, the first night it was real cold this week here in Texas. And I had to walk a little decent amount. Man, by the time I got to the inside, I was freezing. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this. But they made some concessions for me. So I get to park where the big people park in the garage. I was parking in the garage already, but it was a little further away from the entrance where I need to go. Now I get to park and walk right into the hospital. So it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Everything gonna be cool. So far so good. It's people are really nice. The upper management is like, hey, look. So my first day out of orientation, the guy put me to the side. And was like, hey, Keith. Here's your schedule. I want you to think about moving up to a chef position here at the hospital. And I'm thinking, no, I'm good. He's like, yeah, I don't want you to go to the night shift and get lost. I'm thinking that's exactly what I want to do is go to night shift and get lost. I don't want to be bothered by nobody. So, um, so it's one of them things, man. It was crazy. Man. He really was like really trying to sell me on being management, and I know I could take a management spot, but I don't want one. And so I had to sit down with the lady that is my that I report directly to. And I had to tell her, hey, look, I am not here for your job. I'm here to do a job. Just let me be. She was like, well, I just want to make sure you get trained and you should go. You should try it out. I'm like, nah, I'm good. She was like, they need somebody to take over this shift so I can go back to the days. And I'm like, I don't want none of that. I won't be part of none of that. So anyway, as of right now, it's fine. The only adjustment is getting off work in the middle of the night and getting home and trying to get home and be quiet enough to get past these dogs to get to the bed. One day I came in and it was by the time I laid down and got comfortable, it was time to get up and go to the gym. I was like, oh no, it's gonna be a long day. But it worked out. It worked out. So I got a workaround, a couple of things playing in my favor. So we'll be all right. We're gonna be okay. We'll be all right. So this onion, big, look how big that onion is. Cost me $1.70. We are cutting up our vegetables, chopping them up, right? So right now we got peppers and onions. We're gonna go in with some, red pepper. Slow down, Jeff. Red bell pepper and green bell pepper. We're gonna go in with some onion here and a little bit of celery as well, right? Ingredients for this, not too many different things. This all depends on what you want to do, right? We also got some bacon that we gotta cook off because the bacon goes on top, but we also want to use this bacon as the grease to cook these vegetables in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Bacon grease, baby. Once or twice, not too much. That's just what it calls for. I don't always use that either, but for the sake of teaching you guys this recipe, I want you guys to get it how it's supposed to be done. And then you can make your own tweaks according to your own taste buds, things like that, right? Yeah, I am so excited. Doc's birthday is coming up, and I got some stuff planned for her, man. She don't know she not gonna know what's gonna hit her. I'm telling you, she's not gonna know. I'm so stoked, like it's hard to even contain. But because some of y'all may not get the luxury to know what's going on outside of what I'm telling y'all on this show. I am so stoked. I mean, super stoked about this opportunity to do what I'm gonna do for her birthday. So I'm hyped up about that. Hyped up about it. So we got some onion. We got our peppers and onion. We got our peppers. I'll put this off in here. Oh, okay. Sometimes this happens, right? Sometimes it happens. Keep it in focus. See that? Where it's still kind of the rind from the head of the onion. I don't like that. We're gonna get rid of that guy. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. We got some celery. One more rinse on this celery. Get that cut out. Look. So yeah, her birthday is in April. Cannot wait. I'm gonna go do some stuff. It's gonna be great. Gonna have a good time. Let's see what else is going on. My college kid was here. She has her first published article in the Dallas Weekly. Super proud of her. She killing it. I'm telling y'all, daughter killing it, y'all. Kicking it in college. I just hope she come out early. She wants to graduate. One of her goals is to graduate college early. So I hope she's able to, achieve that goal. So she can check it off her list. You know what I mean? It's nothing like checking stuff off your list, especially when you put in the hard work to get there. And she's definitely putting in the hard work. Super uber proud of her. Doing her thing. Doing her thizzle. So I only did 2 stalks of celery. I cut it down the middle. I don't want the celery to overpower everything else, right? Because that can't happen. So I want to be too much. Too much celery. I don't want to do too much celery. But it's that. Have y'all been paying attention to the groceries? To the things going up in the store? Pay attention. Right? Look, I said it last week. Get your groceries. Pray before you go in the store. Get your groceries. Come home. Pray over them again. Wash them. Set them up real good. Prep your stuff. So that way you can make sure that you didn't bring something home that don't supposed to be there. I'm just saying now. There's a lot of weird things going on right now, and it's crazy. So we're doing yellow potatoes, right? We're gonna peel some of these guys and put them off in our soup. So the amount of potatoes is totally up to you. You can do a little, you can do a lot. I'm gonna do a decent amount because I know Doc loves potatoes. And I'm gonna peel some of these and we're gonna come back. Y'all ain't gotta watch me peel no potatoes. Like that's boring as I don't know what. So we're gonna peel some potatoes. We got our other vegetables ready. We're gonna peel these potatoes, get those set out to the side, and then we're gonna pull out our chickens, pull some chicken. We're gonna pull it apart like we did last week, chop it, cut it down. Then we're gonna get the party started, right? Don't go nowhere. We're gonna be right back. All right, guys, we are back. I ain't want to bore y'all with peeling the potatoes. Nobody wants to sit and watch potatoes being peeled. Like I know I would. Anyway, I just wanted to do that part and get it, out the way. So we breaking down this chicken like we did last week, guys. We're gonna break this chicken down. We're gonna pull some meat off of it for our chicken corn chowder. Um, so I just wanted to, yeah. So with the potatoes, I use gold potatoes, and then I sliced them thin. Why did I slice them thin? Because I didn't cook them beforehand. We're gonna put them right over in the soup. Once the soup gets to a certain point, you'll see when we get there. But I cut them thin, and I got yellow potatoes because they seem to cook a little faster than white potatoes. So that's what I wanted to use, right? You can use white potatoes if you want, and you can cook them ahead of time and set them off to the side. But I think the soup is just a little more heartier if you let the potatoes cook in the soup. Also, the potatoes, the starch from the potatoes is going to be a natural thickening agent for your soup, right? So your soup can thicken up out of nowhere because you're using potatoes. So you want to make sure that you use those and do it that way. So that way you don't have to worry about trying to thicken it up, right? So in this chowder, we're going to use these ingredients that we have here, and we're going to add heavy cream, a little milk, some seasonings, and I forgot to cut up the jalapeno. Why y'all didn't tell me to cut the jalapeno up? Anyway, we're gonna add one jalapeno in this mix of vegetables. Uh, maybe a half one. Maybe a half a jalapeno. I may not use a whole jalapeno. Um, I don't know. I'll see. But we gotta cut the jalapeno up. I forgot it. I saw it right there. I missed it. Anyway, this is what we're doing, breaking down this rotisserie chicken. Remember I told you, sometimes it's a little cheaper than buying chicken breast, cutting it up and cooking it off and seasoning all that. Depending on where you're from, where you are, and all that, you might be able to get a rotisserie bird with some seasoning already on it. Now, Mr. Greg at my neighborhood Walmart is my guy. And so I call him up, be like, Mr. Greg, I need two birds. He's like, all right, I got you. No problem. I'll take care of you. Man, like I told you last week, he seasons them. He injects the seasoning in the chicken. And then it seasons them. Flavor all the way to the bone. You hear me? All the way to the bone. So he do not be half stepping on the chickens. So I know Mr. Greg gonna do me right. Gonna take care of me. So like I said, for this particular recipe, it's chicken breast, but we're gonna use the whole chicken, and we might, depending on how much we get, use two chickens. Not sure. We're gonna see though. I bought another one for some chicken salad, but I want this soup to be really hearty, really meaty. You just heard that beep. That's our bacon cooking off some bacon to go in and on top as a garnish. It's gonna go in it and on top. So it's up to you. You don't have to use that, but I like the flavor that it gives, right? Ain't nothing wrong with flavor. You hear me? The more flavor you got, the better it's gonna taste, and the more people gonna be like, "What is in this soup? It's a chicken corner. What?" I'm telling you, it's fine. My dad eats clam chowder soup, and it's the most disgusting thing. I don't know how he eats that, but anyway, that's his thing. That's his go-to. Clam chowder. He eats clam chowder. Get a bowl of clam chowder soup, crackers, clam chowder soup, some crackers, and he'd go for it. Me, this is the only chowder that I'm eating. I think I got one more soup I could probably share with y'all, and that's my broccoli and cheese soup. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to give y'all all the game, because that broccoli and cheese soup is a hit. Do you hear me? A lot of people don't like it. I made it one time for when I worked with the kids. I made it for them one time. I did like a soup and a sandwich day. That was not feeling it, but The adults was like, man, this is the best broccoli and cheese soup I ever had. So you got to know your audience all the time. I was just trying stuff because I was a new guy on the block. I wanted them to like me a lot, and I wanted them to experience some things, they would normally experience. And having a homemade soup is something that you got to experience. Like if you've never had homemade soup from scratch, like we walked in, we had a bunch of stuff on the table, and then we turned it into a soup. Like this is just a whole nother ball game. So I did it one time before, and then when I worked at the college one time, I did it, and I couldn't keep it. Like I made the designated prepped amount, and shoot, every 5 minutes he was like, "Hey man, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end of the day with this soup. I don't know." He kept saying, "I don't know," until I had to make some more. So I knew it was a hit then. I might do that next week. I may do something else. I don't know. We'll see. See what this weather do to how this weather do this week. How we feeling? You know what I'm saying? This one right here is a good cozy. Get you a cup of this soup here and sit, be cozy. Like sip it real slow. You can do it that way, or you can put it with a sandwich, or you just have like by itself is fire. I'm just gonna tell you, by itself is fire and desire. You're gonna be like, man, this is something I got to have more than just this one time. So it's up to you, but I'm gonna tell you, this soup, if you do it right, it is a hit. It will smack people in the lips and in the chops all over, and they'll be looking at you like, what is wrong with you? Why is this soup so good? So I'm just telling you, before you embark on this one, you're gonna have to make it again. If you make it right, you're gonna have to make it again. Okay? Just telling you. I'm just sharing these things with you because I want you to know what you're walking into. Okay? And like I said before last week, we're gonna always chop this chicken down because make sure you ain't got no bones, no gristle in there. And if you are in tune with your knife cutting skills, you will know when you hit something. All right. It don't have to be something big, but you'll know you'll hit something. And then I normally just take that whole section, whatever I hit. Say if I hit something here, then this section, I just take the whole section and toss it. Toss the whole thing. Because I don't want no surprises in my food. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no surprises in my food at all. None. No surprises. We don't want that. Yeah. So back to my new gig. Found out they don't season the food. I about had a conniption. I was like, y'all don't season y'all food. So he was like, nah. So I am at a hospital again, back in the hospital world. Shout out to Arlington Memorial Hospital. I cut my chops there. But I'm back in the hospital world. And this particular place does not season their food to the outside guests. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. I promise you. I was like, y'all don't season y'all food. What you mean? So they were like, well, you have patients that are able to come down and eat food. They don't have to wait on the food to come to their room. And you never know what they might be allergic to. So they just don't season across the board. I thought that was the wildest thing ever heard. I was like, you said what now? I was like, oh, this is crazy talk. What's going on in the world today? But they was dead serious. They was not playing. They do not season nothing. They have to, people have to ask for it. I was like, that is crazy. I don't like that. But they had to ask for it. Sure do. You want some seasoning? Could ask for it. And you really ain't get nothing but salt and pepper. I didn't know what to do with myself. But anyway, I will adjust, right? Because that's what we do in this game. You have to adjust always. But I was taken aback. I was totally thrown off. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe that they don't season the food to the outside paying customers. Like if I want something, I want to season my food, season it. Because that's what I want. I want it to taste good. I got a burger one day during orientation. I was like, oh, I can't eat this. This is just meat. Oh no, we're not doing that at all. So I did find that out, which was weird, man. I just couldn't. I think that took me out the whole night. It took me totally out. I couldn't even function no more. I was like, they don't season their food here. It's crazy. So I went in the back. I found the seasoning rack because I was like, do they even have seasonings on the premises? And the guy was like, yeah, they got seasonings. Like, yeah. I went in the back and found me some. Sure did. Went in the back, found some seasons, and put some stuff together. Because I can't do that. That is madness. That's crazy. I can't do that. No seasoning at all. That's crazy, y'all. So anyway, we about to get this thing rolling. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our pot going. In our pot, we're gonna use some bacon grease, right? Because we just finished cooking the bacon. You heard me open the door. Oh, now let me forget again. We got to cut this jalapeno. We gotta cut him. So we're gonna cut this jalapeno, y'all. You do not have to use jalapeno. You do not have to use cayenne pepper. It is a spicier soup, right? It's got a kick to it. You don't have to have yours. Does not have to have a kick. I know that the people here, people meaning me and Doc, will eat this soup the way it is because I do like a little spicy, just a little bit though, not a lot. It's got to be a little. And if it's too hot, I ain't eating no more. So I know she'll finish it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go with a. We'll do the whole thing for the sake of the show. Normally, I'd be like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't want it to be too hot because I really like this soup. So we're gonna stick with just a half a jalapeno. Cut it long ways, clean them out. We're gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna tell you something. The worst thing in the world is to get a surprise of a hit of jalapeno, one of them good fresh jalapenos that's like fire hot. Like, oh, it hurt because it's so hot. That's the worst thing in the world, man. Get that. And then I'm dicing it, cutting it up, dicing it, small dice, very, very small dice, almost like minced. Because I don't want no surprises. Not too much. That's the worst thing in the world, to get a surprise of heat when you ain't expecting to get caught in that windpipe. You're like, oh my God, I can't breathe. But anyway, boom, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get our pot rolling, getting ready to get some oil and butter in the bottom of the pot. You're gonna need a cup or half a cup of flour, heavy cream, and milk, and some seasonings. But I'm gonna show you all that when we come back. All right, guys, we back in this thing. We're finna get to cooking this chicken, corn, chowder. Yeah, chicken, corn, chowder, guys. We got some stuff in here ready to go. Anyway, so we are going to, now for the sake of this, the corn, just a frozen bag of corn, guys. That's it. The corn chowder situation. So in the pot, we're gonna get it heated up. We're gonna start with some bacon that we cut up, right? Get that in there. The bacon. Yep. Let's down that. We're gonna let that get in there, play really nice, and then we're gonna put some garlic in there as well. Once we get our bacon, once our bacon gets to sizzling, put a little oil in there as well. Got a little oil, got our bacon. It's gonna make some grease, but trust me, just roll with me on this one. Just trust me, all right? Roll with me on it. So once our bacon gets to cooking a little bit, we're gonna add our garlic and the rest of our vegetables. Sorry, I got a little tongue tied there. A little vegetables. And we're gonna get to moving and grooving with this thing. So as you can see, you got a little bit of moving and grooving in there. Yep. Bacon going. Garlic is up to you. If you can put it in there or you cannot. I'm gonna put some in mine. Put some in there. Teaspoon of the garlic. Teaspoon of the garlic. Boom. Get the party going. I like to get that oil out of that garlic. Makes everything just smell so fragrant, so quickly, right? Got our bacon working. We're gonna go in with our vegetables. Yeah, look at them colors in there. Look at them colors. I just didn't want a bland, just a regular old bland soup, right? No color, no life. I don't like that. So I always try to add some color to mine, and that's what you see is the color. Oh yeah, for that bacon, we use some center cut bacon. It's pretty thick, right? I always want to make sure you take into consideration the thickness of your bacon. Cut it up. I like center cut bacon, like I said, because it's thick, but it also has a lot of flavor in it. So this is gonna give it a little bit of a smoky flavor, smoky taste in here. So I use hickory. Yeah, that's what we got. Getting right to that thing. Getting right to it. So we're gonna let these get fragrant, right? You want to smell all that in your house. When I say fragrant, that's what I mean. You want to smell all them peppers, onions, bacon. You want to smell all that in your house. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do that. We're gonna add our chicken in, and we're gonna add our potatoes, and then we're gonna start adding our creams and stuff. Mm-mm. I lied. I take all that back. You gotta put some. We're gonna put our chicken in here. We're gonna put some butter in there. We're gonna put some flour in there. It's gonna get thick, right? It's gonna be chunky, and then we're gonna pour our milk and heavy cream and chicken broth. No low sodium this time. No low sodium. They ain't had none. That's the only reason why. I want y'all last week, yeah, we didn't want a lot of salt in that soup. We just didn't want that. This week it's a little different. A little different this week. So we need some what? Butter. Oh. It smells so good. It's a delish. Also, I'm gonna get y'all in on another little seasoning secret of mine. Butter, half a stick. Put that in there. I don't know if you've seen this guy. His name is Stale Cracker. It's called Cajun Two Step. I love this dude. He does so much Creole cooking, it's not even funny. But we're gonna use a little bit of that in here, right? Just to give a little bit of a to it, right? But this is my guy, Stale Cracker. He's on TikTok and he be making all kind of Creole stuff. He made his own pork rinds one day. He did. What else did he do? Something else he did. I was like, oh my God, this dude is on fire. Like, literally on fire. Like, he's dope. So, yeah, Stale Cracker on TikTok. But his seasoning is in all the stores. Walmart Market, all of them, in all the stores. Now, with the corn, it's up to you. You want to add the whole thing or some of it or what? I'm going to get... That's enough. And so you can also put in, we used to have to roast the corn, right? It was crazy. We used to have to roast it, but I didn't roast this one because I already got some smoky flavor in there. If you roast that corn, it's going to give you you roast it until it's charred, it starts to brown on the corners, on the edges, and get hard. Pretty good. Works out pretty good. But you don't have to do it that way. You can just put some regular corn in there like I just did. That was frozen corn. Just for those that are taking notes. Frozen corn. You can add that in. What we waiting on is this butter to melt. Can you see that butter stick? Butter? I'm waiting on that to melt. Once that melt, then we're going to add our flours. Add our flour. Boom. And then we're going to add our everything else, right? So we getting there. We are getting there. This dope cooking show. So like I said, this soup was one of those ones that it was popular as I don't know what, all get out. And the people loved it. And we couldn't keep it. We had to make it like every 3 days. Every 2 or 3 days. Depending on the business, if us what was in town. Something like that. Because I was part of Omaha Steaks Omaha Steak Restaurant. And so all of the meat was Omaha steak meat, and then they had different little stuff. But this one was a staple. Like I'm telling you, they left and right, they was getting that guy. Another key thing to getting well sooner is hydration. Water, water, water. Gotta pump the water. If you get the water in, you're gonna feel better a whole lot faster. I'm telling you. I was killing water last week by the pitcher. Yeah, if I wasn't doing something productive, I was on my way to the bathroom. Because why? Water. Water. Yeah. I got time to play with them, man. Did not have time to play with them. So we're gonna get about a cup, half a cup of flour, right? And what we're gonna do is make a roux in the pot. Make a little roux. Thicken it up. Yes, indeed. I'm thickening him up. So that butter has melted. We got some liquid in the bottom of this pan. And thickening him up. So you want a little bit at a time, right? A little bit at a time, get it all incorporated in there. And then add some more, right? Add more. Get it incorporated in there, then add more. Don't dump all the flour in there at one time. You have a big clump. You don't want that. Don't want that. You want to still be able to thicken. You want to thicken this up, right? But you don't want to thicken it up so much that you can't really, that you can't get it thin enough to put the rest of the ingredients in there. So this is kind of what we're looking for right here. Yeah. So at this point, we want to add our chicken broth. Yeah. I'll add our chicken broth in there. Yep. I use about half of that container. Yep. Add our chicken broth. See, and it's still colorful and everything. Still colorful. So now you see kind of looking like a little gravy-ish, thickish, right? Boom. We'll add a little more. But we're not done adding liquids, right? So at this point, I'm gonna go in with my chicken. So we see what that looks like. You can add it at the end if you want to, because it's already cooked. It's up to you. Totally up to you. I wanted to add it now because I want all them flavors to get in there and play. So now we want to add our milk and our heavy cream. Like I said, the potatoes is going to be the last thing that we add in because they're going to cook pretty quick. You see it happening. You see it happening right in front of you. Right in front of you. This dope cooking show. We are making chicken corn chowder. Yeah. I let too loose, too quick. All right, so now we got our milk in there, right? Heavy cream. Look at it. Check it out. Right now, what we want to do is add our potatoes, and then we're gonna let that simmer. That's what happens. We'll add the potatoes, let them simmer, and we're ready to go. Drained our potatoes out. We're gonna add them in. Yep. There it is. There it is. And so we got our roux. We got it thickened up. Then we thinned it out with the chowder. With the milk and chicken broth. So we good to go so far. All right. Let's give it a taste and see what we got. Yep. That's that thing. What's that deal? That's that deal. So what we're gonna do is let that come back to a rolling simmer, and then we're gonna check back in on that thing. Because once it comes to a rolling simmer, it's gonna be almost done. So we're gonna clean up a little bit. We're gonna watch our soup, right? And then we're gonna have some towards the end. Y'all stay tuned because we cooking. Okay, guys, let's give it a quick little check. Let's see what we looking like. We got our bubbles. Ooh, look at that. We bubbling. So you want to make sure that you're stirring it. You're watching it, right? Because like I said, the potatoes are what's going to thicken it up some more, right? This is our consistency right here, guys. This is it. You can opt to make it thicker if you want. It's totally up to you. I didn't want mine that thick because I really am in it for the soupiness of it, right? The chowder taste is going to come from all the ingredients we put in it. Like I said, we're waiting on our potatoes to get soft. And once they get soft, we're ready to get into that thing. Let's see what we got. Not yet. That guy ain't ready. So make sure you're paying attention, stirring. All right. Watch this soup. I got mine set on a medium heat. Okay. And we're letting it simmer. We're just gonna let the thing simmer. Simmer till you get done. Okay. Don't be afraid. At this point, this is where you're gonna add your seasonings, right? Add whatever seasonings you want. Now, I use a combination of Cajun seasoning and the Cajun two-step, right? Salt and pepper, and that's it. That's all I use. I don't want the seasonings to take away from what we got going on in the pot with the chicken, the corn, all of the vegetables, the potatoes. We don't want to take away from that, right? So you'll keep on trucking just like this. And when we come back, we're gonna be finished. We're gonna garnish that thing, and then we're gonna have us some. Stay tuned. What I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? I told y'all the potatoes, the starch from the potatoes, is gonna thicken that soup up. Look at that thick, hearty chicken, corn, chowder. Let's get us some. Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show, y'all seen it. Y'all see it. Chicken, corn, chowder. Let's get into it. Told y'all, man. Fire. Y'all see all them colors in there? All them colors. Oh, yeah. Just like I remember. The bacon. Green onion for the garnish. Fire. Mm-hmm. Y'all, this is so good. I'm mad that I'm sharing it with y'all because ain't nobody gonna buy it now because they're gonna know how to make it. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Look, we did it again, guys. This dope cooking show, chicken, corn, chowder. Now, you don't have to use a rotisserie chicken. You can make your own chicken breast, add it in there. You don't have to roast the corn. You can buy a frozen bag of corn, put it in there. Either way you go. If you follow this, you fire chicken, corn, chowder. Now, I'm gonna be fast. Y'all have a good time. But anyway, what we got here is good enough.